We live?
Let's get this party started. What's happening, K9?
Hey, what's up, JK? You all right? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. And before you ask me, because I know you will, this little thing here is not a blunt, okay?
Okay.
If you go to your neighborhood Jamaican store
Yeah.
and you look back behind the counter, you'll see a bunch of sticks, usually between about 8 inches and 12 inches,
Yeah.
and they're called Jamaican chew sticks. They usually come in flavors:
I see
coconut,
that.
lemongrass,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And they're very good things for an old man like me because, otherwise I'd be gnashing these false teeth and I ain't got the money to pay for another set. So, you know how that go, man.
I got you. I got you.
So, what's going on up there in Detroit, man? I hear it's getting wintertime up there, man.
Oh man, you see, I got a sweater on in the house. It's cold here. It got cold, man. It done got super cold, boy. I gotta come out there and stay with you for in the wintertime. At least for a week. For real.
uh, hey, that's right. See, because you be just like a baby. See, when I get tired of you, I can send you back home to your wife. So that's all
I'm
right.
gonna start crying, little baby, too. Goo goo.
Hey, shit. And I'm
Uh,
gonna leave you in the airport too.
yeah.
Hey, we got Uber out here. I can send you to the
Yeah.
airport.
You said
I don't
what
have to
now?
take you. I don't have to bring you back. So anyway, man, I'm gonna get our first guest on the line. Here's Popeye Rivera. Popeye is he was up on the East Coast up there in Connecticut,
Yeah.
and he had amassed quite a following up there. Now he's down in by Mr. Tony Blanco. I believe he has a fight pretty soon, but we'll ask the young man as soon as I get him on the line here.
Okay.
See, I think the bad thing about this of being in front of everybody is, see, I can't do things undercover anymore. Like now, they see everything I'm doing. So, you know,
Absolutely. Yep.
when I be back here taking a snack or you always keep say I'm falling asleep, but nah, that's
Hey, they go know now. It is going down.
yeah, yeah. Hey,
Hey, what you say about that hat again? Though you said that hat ain't no picture man hat. What kind of hat is that again?
this is actually a boonie hat. It's to commemorate my 3 tours of Vietnam. This right here is from the 101st Airborne Detachment. We were one of the first units to go over there in 1968 with General Westmoreland, actually in 1967, excuse me. Then, if you look around here, this is a combat infantryman's badge over here. That means people shot at your ass and you came back home,
Right.
basically.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
and
Right.
then up here, I think I got one that says Viet Cong killer. Uh, the old lady always gets on me because, she says some of them, are a little too radical. But up here it says 101st Airborne,
Yeah.
you know. And
Yeah.
then this is my little container for my little stick over here. So, you
Okay.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab Popeye real quick on the phone. And so what's going on with you, man? You got a fight coming up pretty soon. How many miles you get in today?
Man, I ain't really running that hard today. I just did a little something, got a little sparring in, just a little training. It's close now. Next week is actually the fight, so I'm really just winding down a little bit, just really getting more focus on the fight, more focus now.
Okay. Let's see if we can get Popeye here on the line.
Okay.
Your call cannot be completed at this time.
I guess not. Let's see. He's calling me back. Hello, Popeye. Can you hear me, K9?
Yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear him.
No, I wanted to make sure that K9 could hear you because we're also on live on the podcast at the Dog Pound. So you are actually the very first guest that we have tonight on our YouTube channel. You're
Absolutely.
kind of so if you go to the Dog Pound, you'll see your picture up there in the middle, in between me and K9,
Yeah.
Popeye. So we're glad that you could make it tonight. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about your move? I think the last time we talked to you, you were up in Connecticut. Now you're down in Florida. What prompted the move?
Well, we made that transition to come out here in Florida just so we could take on new horizons. Out here, we're getting amazing sparring. We're getting incredible work out here in the sun. It's just a blessing being out here and just capturing new experiences.
As you know, we have a two-time junior middleweight champion on. He's the host on the show, K9 Bundage. As I said, you're live on the Dog Pound. K9, you want to talk a little bit with Mr. Rivera?
Hey, Popeye. Toot. What's up, bro? Yeah, hey, you got one of the coolest nicknames in the world, man. I like that, man. You look just like Popeye.
I'm trying my best. I'm out here strong to the finish because that's finished.
Yeah, you said what again? Now say that a little louder.
I'm out here, just strong to the finish because that's finished. I'm working hard over here, man. I'm loving Florida.
Okay. Hey, so listen. Florida. Speaking of Florida, I will be out there fighting in a week from now. So you actually stay out there in Florida?
Yeah, we just moved down to Orlando.
Oh wow. You know it's kind of dangerous out there too, man. So make sure you keep your mask on.
I understand that, but I stay in the gym, and I try to keep my mind on other things.
Yeah. You got a strong immune system. Most boxers' immune system are pretty strong anyway. So as long as you got a strong immune system, you working out, man, you should be good.
I mean, you know me, I'll stay on that spinach, man. I should be all right.
Hey, I was about to ask you, how did you get the name Popeye?
Well, growing up, small kid, but my forearms were big. Hands and forearms were big. Everybody used to call me Popeye, and I just ran with it, man.
Wow. Now, so Mr. Sailor Man, Popeye, what is your record? Your pro record?
Right now, we're 18-0. Ain't counting. We want more W's. We want to keep that O. We want to just keep working hard, So, we got a lot of fights lined up, and hopefully we could just keep that ball rolling.
Okay. So you say you're 18-0. That's a great record. How many knockouts and who are you promoted by?
Yeah, we got about 13 knockouts. We're promoted. We're in corporation and Star Boxing and the Hartford Boxing Center and the Hartford Boxing Promotion.
Okay. So you got the big forearms. What weight class you in?
Right now we cruiserweight division. We fluctuate between light, heavy, and cruiserweight, but I want to take over the cruiserweight division, unify it, and then from there, possibly either move up or down weight class depending on how I feel.
Exactly. The heavyweight division, hey James, the heavyweight division is on fire. So if you go fight cruiserweight, why not fight heavyweight and get you some money, some real money?
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of rumors going on with this whole new weight class they trying to put in with the super cruiserweight division. So that sounds enticing. I mean, it's just words in the making, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I heard about that. Did you hear about that, James?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Mauricio Solomon, WBC guy, he's trying to do that.
Yeah, I think that'll open up a lot of opportunities. You got a lot of big heavyweights coming in from like 215, cutting that weight down to 200. so they can make cruiserweight. So I'm thinking they really don't want to be fighting those guys that's weighing in close to like 260. Yeah. So I'm thinking this is a good opportunity for them guys to make a name at a weight class of their own.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, did you? I know you saw the fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, right? Since you're a cruiserweight, close to heavyweight, right? How do you feel about?
That was a very interesting fight.
Yeah. How do you feel about Mark Breland throwing in the towel? You felt, even though Deontay Wilder said he rather go out on his shield. How you feel about that as a fighter?
I just feel like there's a lot of things that go into a fight. It's just sometimes it is what it is. And sometimes you gotta go into a fight at 100%, or you go into a fight not at 100, but you gotta mentally give 100%.
Right. Some fighters are willing to die in the ring. Deontay Wilder said he's willing to die in the ring. So he said he has that one punch power. So don't throw the towel in on him because he always got a chance. But if you got a trainer who you trust, that's gonna make the right decision, do you actually dying in the ring?
Me personally, I feel like it's like you said, every fighter has. They don't care if they die in the ring. They just want to give that fighting chance. But, this is a sport, and, the ref is in there looking out for the safety of each fighter. And, it's hard. Sometimes you need somebody to pull the plug on you,
Yeah.
Protect you from yourself.
Okay, so let's put yourself in that situation. Even though, we don't believe in burning bread, you in that situation, and your trainer throws in a towel. Do you fire him? Do you get mad at him? Or do you say, you know what, we good? You know what I'm saying? You saw my best interest. What do you do?
Well, during training, up to like who your manager and coach wants you to fight, your coach number one job is to make sure that you are okay. The coach needs to be your guardian. The coach needs to make sure you're safe. So although it might hurt me and kill a little something inside of me, if that has to happen, I don't think I could fire them just because they wanted to make sure I was okay.
Yeah. I don't think Wilder has ever been in that situation before, so he probably have no clue of what to do, and he probably just lost it because when you undefeated and you 41-0 with 40 knockouts, let me rewind that. 41-0 with 40 knockouts, you feel like you got a chance to knock out King Kong. Have you ever in your life been in that situation where, even if it was in the amateurs, where you were hurt, where you were knocked down, and you know what I'm saying, you had to bounce back, and you found the way to bounce back? Even if it's in the gym. Have you ever been in that situation before?
Yeah, I actually fought in the Nationals, and it was the Olympic trials.
Yeah.
It was the semifinals. And I fought a guy that, I'm telling you, the first combination he threw in the first round of the first 10 seconds landed so flush. Yeah. I promise you, I thought my jaw was broken. From there, I hopped on my bicycle. I'm throwing the jab. I'm dancing around. Got the bell ring. I went to my corner, and I thought my jaw was broken. My coach was like, "Are you okay? You in there? You doing a lot of running?" I was like, "Man, I'm trying to stick and move, man. That boy can hit." So from there, I had to dig deep and try to, finish out those rounds, finish out that fight. But again, nothing in me said I want to quit. Nothing in me said give up. So it really has to be on the coach to look out for the better safety. They got to save me from myself, because sometimes I might not see it that way, but they're trying to take care of me.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. James, anything you want to ask Popeye?
Hey, Popeye, since you're talking about light heavyweight and heavyweights, there's a big fight coming up between Chisora and Usyk. Usyk, I think right now would probably be the top light heavyweight in the world. What's your thoughts about that fight, and how would you consider a matchup with Usyk at light heavy?
He cruiserweight.
Yeah,
He well, he
well,
was at cruiserweight. He
so
heavyweight now.
Usyk went from cruiserweight, unified that, and jumped up to
Right.
heavyweight. I think Usyk has an interesting style. He moves a lot. He throws solid combinations. He definitely appears to have some pop behind his shot. Me personally, I'm a Usyk fan, so I believe in him. Whatever his decision may be, I'm rooting for him.
But that wouldn't stop you from picking up a check, right?
I hope not.
Oh no, absolutely not.
I'm just asking. I mean, it's just so.
Yeah, absolutely not, man. I'm telling you, if the numbers look good, we can get in there. We can do what it do.
So what's up for you? What's up next for you? I know you moved down there, and we're starting to have live matches down there again. What's up next for you, Popeye?
Well, we have opportunities to fight in Daytona November 20th. We have another opportunity to fight in Mexico December 12th. As of right now, I act like I got to fight at the end of the week. So I'm training hard. Whether I get that call and say I need to be there tomorrow, I'm there. I do have fights lined up. I don't have a big name fight or at a big venue coming up, but we're just waiting on my moment.
And now that you're down there in Florida, I know we got your stablemate coming on in a little while, who's still up there in Connecticut. But isn't he a little envious of you moving down to Florida and leaving him up there in the cold weather to train? I mean, Connecticut is getting about like Detroit right about now, right?
Shots fired.
I really don't. I feel like, well, absolutely, Connecticut's getting cold. I was just talking to my mom, and my mom was already in a big old jacket, cranking the heat up to 90 degrees. I think it's going to snow there come Friday. But, everybody has to, do what's best for themselves, So I feel like this was the right move for me. And, God willing, we could make the best of it.
What's the biggest advantage that you found now that you moved from the cold weather down to the warm weather? I mean, other than, being able to train like that 5 days a week or whatever, but I mean, have you found that you've been able to increase your strength? Have you found that, you can run further or,
Well, what I find most beneficial is that being that I'm a Hartford native, I'm from Connecticut, I already work with all the best fighters come from New York, Connecticut, Mass. I've worked with those guys. I've gotten great work from them, but it started to become almost like a routine. So I didn't want to get to the point where I start plateauing because I already know certain people's movements. Now that I'm out here in Florida, I'm getting different sparring from different people, getting different looks, getting plugged into some of the best fighters, and I feel excited to continue just learning more.
Now, who's your team, your trainer and so forth? Your strength and conditioning, did you bring them down there from Connecticut? Did you get new ones when you got down there? How has your team changed, or has it stayed the same?
Well, there has been minor changes, but, I still have Tony Blanco here with me. I still have his son that helps me out on strength and conditioning. But, I still stick to the basic work regimens such as running, jump roping, hitting the bag. I still have tricks up my sleeve that I were to push myself the extra mile in certain training. But just being able, like for instance, I spent the week at Roy Jones' crib, and we just he had sparring from everybody. I was able to get in there with great guys, and so some things have changed, but I feel like I'm definitely getting to a whole nother level. I'm turning into a whole nother beast.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at guys like K9. You talking about Roy Jones Jr. When you're a young guy and you get to train with one of the legends, or you get to be around one of these legends, what's just from a young fighter's point of view, what's it like? I mean, is there a certain amount of hero worship, or is there a certain amount of well, damn, maybe if we sparred a couple rounds, I mean, what's it like when you meet, one of those guys that you used to see in the magazine when you was a kid?
Right. Well, the thing is, man, it's like some people tell you things, and I guess it goes one ear and out the other. But when you're around somebody like Roy Jones Jr. and he tells you something, that sticks. Those words are knowledge, is wisdom. It's like, being in there with him, I'm telling you, I was starstruck the whole time. Like, it was like to the point, like, I'm staring at him, he looks at me, I kind of look away because I didn't want to seem too, eager to show him that I'm, his biggest fan. And it was like, I'm kind of, every time I'm looking at him, I'm like, hi, Roy, it was good. You got to think, I used to watch this guy box on TV. I used to pick him as a character on the video games. I used to listen to his music. I used to spar with buddies in the backyard and be like, "Oh, I'm about to hit him with the Roy Jones Jr. You better watch out." And now I'm finally standing and training next to this man. It's like, yo, it's really a blessing, man. I can't believe it. I'm just honored. I'm honored.
You say you used to listen to his music though? Joe must forget, huh?
Can't be touched, can't be stuck. We're never giving up.
Yeah, he used to listen to it.
Yeah, he did. He still remember it. Oh man. Hey, did you know? Did you know that Ray Jones and Fat Joe, was that Fat Joe that got into it over something that Fat Joe said about Ray Jones?
Remember that. I do remember that.
He's a Roy Jones fan.
Lean back. I remember that.
Yeah, lean back. There you go.
Yeah.
Story. Yeah. I remember meeting Roy Jones too.
I'll tell you right now, Fat Joe don't want no smoke.
No. Hey, but Fat Joe got them killers though. So I don't know. Hey.
Nice. That's that whole terror squad.
Man, yeah. Hey, I remember meeting Roy Jones. Roy Jones, a real dude, man. When he was at the top of the game, he came down to Crunks, and they was actually doing a documentary on him, and I think Sugar Ray Robinson at the original Crunk, man. I was following him like I was his tail. He was a dog. I was like, wow, that's Roy Jones, Yeah, he a real dude. And I remember when I was fighting against a guy named Saku Powell. And Ray Jones was trying to help me on the outside. He was commentating on HBO. He was throw the right, K9, right. He was helping me out. I said, man, real dude.
Hey, well, once again, Popeye, man, we want to thank you for coming on our very first Dog Pound live podcast show. Yeah. As I said, you made history with me and K9. Yes. Glad we could get you on the show tonight. Yes. K9, you want to get his social media and final thoughts?
Yeah, Popeye, man. Any social media, where you be at? I know I'm following you, I believe, on Instagram. What's the Instagram for the people that's listening in live? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any social media you got that you want to give, any final words?
Yeah, well, I started off fresh. I got rid of a lot of my social media, but I did keep my Instagram. So if they want to follow me on Instagram, it's Popeye.boxer.
Okay, yep, absolutely, yep. It's on the screen too, so they should be able to see it on the screen. And all right. Well, thank you, man. When will you be on it? When will you be fighting again? Do you know?
Hopefully we be fighting November 20th.
You say when?
November 20th.
November 20th. Okay. All right. Well, do your thing, man. We wish you the best, and look forward to coming back on the show after the fight, telling us about what punch you knocked him out with.
Definitely, man. That sounds real good. Choo choo.
That's right.
You have a
That's
good one,
right.
Popeye.
All right, man. Tell Olive Boy I said hi.
All right, man.
All right. Good evening. Yo, good night, bro.
Have a good one. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Entertaining.
Yeah, he's a great young man.
Yeah.
Like I said, we remember him from his Connecticut days, and always a very good interview, and always someone he knows about his boxing history. As you can see, he knows Roy Jones' history very well.
Sure.
So
You haven't forgot. That's right. That's right.
But you have to introduce our next guest. We're having Bronco. I'm actually calling him right now.
Okay.
Give me a moment here.
Yeah. The champ. Where the champ at?
So, what's up next for you and your son? Are you taking him with you?
Yeah.
For
He working the
let him
corner.
observe.
Yeah, he working the corner. Yeah, he gonna work the corner. Him and Jimmy Paul. So it's a family
Hello,
affair,
Bronco.
man. Huh?
We have. Why don't you introduce our next guest, K9?
In this corner from Michigan, out of I want to say Crunks, but he actually fought out of Jackie Kellan gym. What's the gym called? Galaxy. Out of Galaxy, we have the former WBO world champion, the great Bronco McKart. What's up, my guy?
Oh man, how's it going?
How you doing? You all right, man? You good?
Yeah, everything's good. I have no complaints. No, life is good.
Okay. Yeah, I see. You on here with the Superman. No, that's a New England Patriots shirt. You looking kind of smooth, like you ready to come back, man. Everybody coming back. You coming back or what?
Not me.
No. I don't want no problems, right? Yeah.
This COVID, everybody started getting in shape and working out. I did all that too, but the comeback part never. Not this guy.
Okay. Yeah. What are you doing? I mean, we talked earlier. Let the people know what Bronco's been doing in his retirement nowadays.
There's a couple things that I do. I'm in the real estate business, and I'm on the boxing commission. Also, been on the boxing commission since for the state of Michigan since 2014.
Yeah.
When I retired, so my term is good until 2022,
Yeah.
and then at that point, we'll see if I get reappointed or even seek reappointment.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, tell your dad I said hey too, man. I used to see him all the time, man. How you doing?
He's doing well. I'll definitely tell him that he'll love to have heard from you. So yeah, he's doing well. I talk to my dad 2-3 times every day.
Okay. Do you still work out? You still train to work out though?
Oh yeah. I mean, like I walk around at about 163, 165 at the max.
Wow.
I retired at 160, so I never let myself go. I try to eat decent and just try to live that lifestyle best I can.
Wow. So if you was coming back though, the weight wouldn't be an issue at all, right?
No, I could be 160. What is today? Tuesday. I could be 160 Friday.
Yeah. Wow, man. Oh my goodness. That's a great thing, boy. Yeah, that's a great thing. Hey,
Yeah,
so
but, I tell you what,
huh?
a few years ago, I was considering. I got talked into it. So I
Yeah.
go to the gym. I'm down here in Monroe. I'm training, working out, sparring these young guys. I get hit with a real good body shot, man, running that like that floater rib. I sparred 6 rounds after that, and I thought, man, I took that pretty good, you know. Came home that night, showered up, did my thing, went to bed. Next morning, that alarm went off. Whew, I went to sit up. I was like, had to roll out sideways. I said, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. I did it. I'm done.
It's over.
Forget it.
It's over.
I'm not
Oh
doing
yeah.
it.
Hey,
You know?
I know you're a good friend of Chris Bird. You know, Chris Bird coming back, and he dropped down from heavyweight to 160. You
I
think that?
saw that. He looks amazing. I mean, he looks fantastic shape. He looks great.
Yeah,
God bless him. God bless you, man. God bless all the guys that are making
yeah,
that move. I'll be home cheering you boys on, wishing you the best, man. But
yeah,
I'm not putting myself through it again. I know I could get out there and physically grind for a while, but mentally, I just don't have that in me like
yeah.
I did.
I got you. I
I
got
was
you.
telling somebody the other day. I remember when I had a fight against a guy named Skipper Kelp,
Yeah.
who back in the day was a really good amateur, and in the pros he was on his way to being the welterweight champ of the world.
Huh?
And I told the guy, I said, here was my mindset then compared to my mindset now.
Yeah.
I said, when I was getting ready for that fight,
Yeah.
everybody thought I was going to lose. I was fighting on the undercard of De La Hoya in his first world title fight.
Yeah.
And, this guy was a top ranked fighter too. And, I was the guy I was the sheep being brought to the slaughter. Everybody thought I was supposed to lose the fight. I trained hard and I really got myself ready.
Yeah.
I told the guy, I said, I was so crazy of a mindset back then,
Yeah.
in my 20s, 30s. I said, I got in my hotel room. I said, I wanted to win that fight so bad, I made peace with God before the fight.
Wow.
And said, you know what? I'd rather die than lose to this guy because I'm not going back home to Monroe, Michigan. Everybody's expecting me to lose, and I'm not going to lose.
Yeah.
So I called like my uncles. I called my grandpa, telling him I loved him before the fight. My grandpa said, Bronco, you never call me before a fight and say this kind of stuff. What's wrong with you? I said, Grandpa, I made peace with God. I said, I'm ready to die before I let this guy beat me. He's like, don't talk like that. I said, it's too late. I already did it. And I told that guy, I said, I look back at that now and think, man, that was crazy, but that was my mindset. And once you have a certain mindset, to me, as a fighter, if that mindset changes, it's time to start going a different route. That's how I approached it. It was not just the training; it was the mindset. You had to have a certain mindset, and I lived that. That was my mindset back then. Now I look at it and think, man, thank God that he said, you know what, I'll just let you win.
Yeah. What was the hardest fight, win, lose, or draw, that you ever had when you were competing, when you were boxing, and you were live?
I'll tell you, one of the toughest fights I ever had was when I fought Aaron Davis.
Okay.
Man, we had a war from round 1 to round 12. We just met in the middle of the ring and we fought, and I won a split decision. But man, he gave me 11 stitches on my eye, broke my eardrum. It was a back and forth, just knockdown, drag out fight. And in my mind, my game plan was after 6 rounds, I was going to pick the fight up, break him down, and that was his game plan. So we were fighting hard already. We got to 6, and we just tried to both pick it up, and it was back and forth. It was a great fight, but that was one of the hardest fights that I ever had.
What was your biggest victory? What was the fight that you won that you were so happy about? The most exciting fights you had that you were really so happy about?
There's a story behind it. When I won the WBO junior middleweight world title, about a year before he died. He wasn't there for me to see me win the world title. But in the hospital on his deathbed, I told him, Grandpa, I'm gonna win this world championship for
you. Yeah, that's good, and you did it.
Going into training, getting ready for that fight,
I had 7 shirts made up, and it was a picture of me sitting on his lap, and he was laughing. He was a big, jolly guy. He was laughing real big. And all I had was the number 4 and the letter U on my shirt, 4U. And I wore that shirt every day, 7 days when I trained, getting ready for that fight. So winning that fight, nothing ever compared to it prior to or since.
Yeah, yeah. And sparring, was there anybody that you sparred with, when you were down at Crunk or Galaxy, were better than some of these fighters that's champions right now?
And you're talking. Marlon Thomas was probably one of the best guys in the gym that you'd ever see in your life. That guy give anybody fits. Of course, I got to spar with James Toney a lot. Lonnie Honey Beasley.
Yeah.
I mean, God, man, you name it. But there was a guy. Do you remember Warren Jackson?
Yes, I remember Warren. Yes, with that funny nose, with French thin nose.
I don't know what it was about that guy.
Yeah.
He gave me more problems sparring him than anybody I ever sparred. There was just something about him.
Wow.
I used to spar Joseph Chinaka. Remember him?
Ooh, yeah, he was a beast. Man, he done sparred some.
Man, that guy used to have some wars in the gym. He hit so hard, man. My arms were bruises from blocking the shots. He was something else.
Hey, no wonder you ain't trying to come back. Man, you had wars. Your fights were in the gym. More than in the real fights.
And at the Galaxy, at one point, you had Joseph Chinaka up there, Derek Salmon.
And who else?
I think
I remember when Kanan first came up there before I really knew who he was.
Yeah.
I was watching him sparring. I was like, man, that guy fights just like Jones. That's a slick dude right there. Then I got to know who he was, and of course he went on to do what he did, become a world champion, a great fighter, couple-time world champion.
Yes, man, I appreciate you. But I used to be watching you before I became world champion, and I got a little better. And got all right in this boxing game. I used to be like wondering, like, man, do I want to get in there with Bronco? Because boy, you are no joke. And I just didn't want to look bad in there with nobody. So I wasn't too pressed to get in there with you. And you was a southpaw. Oh man, and I lost my first fight to a southpaw.
Yeah. You know how it was in coming up. We took sparring serious. I could tell some guys would get on sparring. They said, "What's wrong with you, man?" I said, "Nothing." Why? They said, "You're trying to kill me." I said, "Well, the bell rang." That's what we did. There was no. You weren't friends once the bell rang. You were before. You weren't after, but not during.
Yeah, one more question before James take over. Because no, James is licking his teeth. Like, man, come on, man, I'm trying to get in here. Do you believe that a lot of fighters are ruined in the gym though? Because I know at Crunks, at Galaxy, it was a lot of gym wars. And do you think that actually, it need to be somebody regulating that? Because a lot of fighters go into the fight with brain injuries, and it just seemed like it happened in a fight, but it really actually happened in the gym.
100%. Yeah, people when guys are getting injured, they're usually injured before they ever got into the fight. When you're young coming up, that's how you have to learn your craft. You have to spar everybody and spar a lot, spar on a regular basis. But as I got older, I cut my sparring way down. I remember Walter Smith saying, "You don't need to spar like that anymore. You already know how to fight. All you gotta do is get ready." We'll spar. My sparring got cut in half as I got older. I mean, you have to preserve your body. And but yeah, most guys they get hurt. It's not the fight; it's getting ready for the fight. And the Chronicle Wars, I missed that era. Thank God, I missed the era of the Tommy Hearns and the Mark Brelands and the Gerald McClellans and Michael Moores and all that. We came in after that, because those guys, I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be in that gym doing that on a daily basis.
Me neither. Right, absolutely. What was your record when you retired? Because you had a great record, man. People don't know. The audience didn't know what your record was when you retired and what it is.
Yeah, it was. I was 56, 11, 1 draw, and 34 knockouts.
Wow, 34 knockouts. That's unbelievable. And you had how many fights?
68 total. I was 56 and 11 with 1 draw and 34 knockouts.
You said 68 total?
Yep.
Wow. Man, you almost had 70 pro fights. That's a lot, man. Wow. I didn't even know you had that many fights. Wow. Yeah. Hey James, what you want to ask Bronco, man?
First of all, how you doing tonight, Bronco?
I'm Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Man, no problem. I want to ask you a little bit about your role in the boxing commission. Out here in San Diego, I'm kind of blessed to know my fellow Vietnam veteran, Pat Russell, and Jack Reese. And we recently had the gentleman from Georgia take over the California Boxing Commission. I want to ask you a little bit about, first of all, referees. Do you, like here in California, do you oversee the appointment of the referees, and how much training do they get before they're qualified to be a referee?
Oh, first of all, let's say Jack Reese loved him, man. He refed a few of my fights. I always loved that guy as a ref when I fought out in California. He was top notch.
That's my man.
Yeah, next time you talk to him, you tell him I said hello. I always had great respect for him. Well, so in Michigan, I personally don't play the role in overseeing well, let me just backtrack a little bit. You know, we had some rules and regulations that got changed some years ago that kind of made it where the promoter was pretty much picking everything from top to bottom. You know, they were picking the judges, the refs, the officials, the whole shot. When I came on the board, at that point, we were trying to make some changes in the rules and put it more in our court. You know, as the commission. Our commission is a little different than, like, I think the California State Athletic Commission. Michigan's commission is just a little different than theirs. I mean, California State Athletic Commission has a really strong commission, and ours is working on getting stronger. I'm currently the vice chair of the board, and Josh Box is the chairman of the board. But we have made some great strides. The former chairs was a guy named Wolfgang Mueller and Jeff Stiers, who also really started getting the boxing commission here in the state of Michigan moving in the right direction. You know, we'd like to see some bigger fights here in Michigan. I remember when K9 fought and defended his world title here, and then when Tony Harrison, we was hoping to try to get him here to do some bigger things, and maybe possibly in the future. There are some things. Frank Garza is one of our top-notch refs, and we've talked to him about possibly doing some things and putting on some programs to get refs trained, to make it more, make them more fit, I guess, a bigger fit to having bigger fights. Yes. If that makes sense.
Yes. Hey, man, Joe Lewis fought here. Joe Lewis fought here. You fought here. I fought here. Come on, man. Harrison fought here. Tommy Hearns fought here. Oh, man. Did Sugar Ray Robinson fight here, too, in Detroit?
There's been some great history throughout the sport of boxing right here in Michigan, and I'd love to see it, even more, because at one time you had, just in the recent era, you had Darrell, who had a championship, WBC, Tony Harrison, who had WBC champion, Clarissa Shields was WBC champion. I feel like I'm missing a fourth that were all champions at the same time. And, we weren't really getting, I wanted to see those fights come here to Michigan. And they were going to have the Shields, and then that big thing broke out at the weigh-ins. And, that didn't happen at that time.
What changes have you had to make with this COVID? We see some states opening back up now. Vegas is opening up to a certain extent. Florida, K9's getting ready to have a fight with a live audience. What are you guys doing as far as Michigan is concerned?
Well, currently we haven't really had many shows at all, and the most recent show took place at the Crime Gym with no audience. They had a UFC Fight Pass TV date. I actually myself could not attend that show because I was at a Parkinson's fundraiser with Mickey Ward. He came to Ohio to do something, and I went to that. But they We've had no audience, no live audience, just limited officials, fighters, corner people. You know, basically kind of what they did out in Vegas with the bubble. But we didn't really have a bubble here. But they were being tested before, prior to the day of, all that. And but from what I'm hearing recently is that numbers are starting to go back up in Michigan again. We're starting to go on the rise. So I don't know if we'll be opening up any live audiences anytime soon. Right now, we're just kind of status quo.
What about insurance? We saw, you know, where you went through that period in New York State where, you know, we had some very serious bouts. We had a couple of deaths, and we saw a big rise in insurance for the boxers. As a matter of fact, for a while, it almost made it impossible for you to do shows in New York. Have you faced any of that backlash in Michigan?
No, not to my knowledge. No, we have not. I don't know that the insurance has off the top of my head, I don't know the numbers, the minimums that they have to carry. But I don't think that it has made it too difficult. I think the prices have pretty much stayed right around the same. Best of my knowledge.
You talked about Clarissa Shields. Of course, Clarissa has certainly made her mark. One of the big things that K9 and I always talk about when we have ladies on the show is the 3-minute rule. And you know, you have young ladies with, you know, great potential. Clarissa Shields, I'm sure she has inspired too many 2-minute rounds in her life, whether she is an Olympian or not. What is your view as a Michigan official? Would you be open to letting women fight 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, I mean, just all around, just not even bringing the official part into it, just as a former fighter and a fight fan. Yeah, absolutely. I would have no problem with women fighting the 3-minute rounds. I'm sorry. You know, everything nowadays we're trying to do, just as a society, is just trying to make everything more or less, you know, equal across the board and everything. So, yeah, they're going to be professional fighters. Absolutely, 3-minute rounds. I would have no qualms about that whatsoever.
One of the, you know, we just saw Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. What was your thoughts on that fight?
I thought Lopez won the fight. I thought it was a close fight, and I'll be honest with you. Going into the fight, I was picking Lomachenko. I thought Lomachenko honestly was going to, you know, fight slow for about 4 rounds and then pick it up and just kind of take this kid to school. But to Lopez's credit, he fought a very disciplined fight. He fought a fight that he fought a fight that I didn't expect him to fight. I thought he was going to come out, you know, throwing the big bombs, the big shots, trying to take Lomachenko out. Lomachenko was going to weather the early storm and then, you know, pick the fight up and win close but unanimous decision. And Lopez fought it, just a great fight, stayed back, threw jabs, combinations, and just stuck to a game plan and never let Lomachenko get in the flow. And the one thing that really impressed me is, you know, Lomachenko is known for doing those crazy angles and throwing the punches off the angles and upsetting everybody. Well, every time he would make a turn, Lopez would turn with him and continue to pop that jab in his face. And I was like, wow, this kid, about 7 rounds in, I said, wow, this kid is just, he's doing his thing. He's going to win this fight. I was shocked.
Yes. Me too.
Now, what you just said kind of sounds, you know, like a blueprint for this fight coming up this week. Gervonta Davis against Luis Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Gervonta is saying, you know, I'm going to go in there and knock him out, which is kind of what we thought, you know, Teofimo was going to do, is go in there and try to knock, you know, the old man out and you know, overpower him. But as you said, he outboxed him. He came up with a different game plan. What do you think should be Tank's game plan?
Well, I think his game plan is what he just said. I mean, I think the difference is Lopez is the naturally bigger, stronger guy in the Lomachenko fight, and the fact that he chose to, actually outbox the boxer was really what upset tonight. Tank is the bigger, stronger guy going into. He's just a big puncher. And Santa Cruz obviously is a busy guy that throws 1,000 punches to fight, but I just don't think that Santa Cruz is going to be able to keep Tank Davis off of him. I just don't think that he's going to be able to keep him off. And I think Tank will get to him and eventually break him down and probably stop him. I just think he's going to be too big and strong. Tank is a whole nother level of punching ability at that weight class that these guys just can't take when they get hit by him.
You're right.
Now, we have Tyson Fury that's going to be fighting in December. And they're saying that, more than likely it's not going to be Deontay Wilder. Well, a lot of people talked about, how they felt, by Deontay Wilder being the American heavyweight champion, that, people kind of put him on the shelf and, didn't really give him the respect that he deserves. Well, now that he doesn't have a belt at all, do you think a lot of people are going to be, I won't say ducking Deontay Wilder, but I mean, there's a lot of other fighters out there that's, less risk, more reward. What do you think is next for Deontay?
Well, I mean, Deontay is still a force that's going to have to be reckoned with. He's not going away, and he's still a big name in the division. He's one of the biggest names in the division, whether he has a belt or not. And I think he's a big money fight waiting for somebody. Whether it be Fury down the road, whether it be the winner of Fury and Joshua if they fight or something, he's going to be in the mix somewhere. He just brings too much. He's too fun to watch. He's too exciting to watch, and people want to see him. He's not going to go away. And once they start opening up, and you can put fans in the seat, Deontay Wilder will put fans in the seat. People love to see the home run ball.
All right, thank you so much, Bronco. K9, why don't you get his social media, last words, and you know the drill.
Hey, Bronco, man, appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show at the last minute. You know what I mean? You was right there. And thanks again, too, for sending me the information that I needed earlier. You always been a stand-up brother. You always been my brother. I look forward to seeing you soon and fighting here. My homecoming fight in Detroit. Any social media you want to get it to people?
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for having me on. God bless you. I'm not going to tell you good luck at your fight. I'm going to tell you good skills. So that's what pays the bills. So do your thing, my man.
Yeah. Give me some final words, and other than that, a few other final words. But give out your social media though if they're trying to catch up with you, and you're in a real estate game, so let them know how they can catch up with you if they're trying to get a crib or something.
Oh, absolutely. I'm on Facebook. I got Bronco McKart, World Banker, Haynes Real Estate. Is my site. Of course, I'm Bronco McKart on Facebook. I'm Bronco McKart on Instagram. I'm Bronco McKart on Twitter, man. I just kept it simple.
Absolutely. All right, appreciate you. I'll be in touch with you, Superman.
All right, my friend. Thank you, brother.
All right, brother. All right, cheers. Good night.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right, man. Hey, that was Bronco. I remember Bronco. I remember his name, man. From right around that era. I'm not sure whether he was Galaxy. I kind of remember some of these names from Johnny.
Yeah. Former world champion.
Okay, yeah, I know he was former world champion. I remember the name. I definitely remember the name.
I think he fought Winky Wright 3 times too.
I think he is the one. Yeah, that's okay. I knew there was something very, outstanding about him. It was kind of like a trivia question or something, but I couldn't really think of what it was. But we're going to get another fighter on the show. Undefeated prospect. He's 4-0.
Yeah.
His name is Sharad Collier. He's fighting out of uh, Hartford, Connecticut,
Yeah.
while his boy is down there enjoying the sunshine down there in Florida.
Man,
But
you too.
hey, but when you
Jealous.
just starting out and you're a prospect, then
Yeah.
you got to do what you got to do. So
That's right.
uh, let me see. I got it. Let me see here, K9.
Okay.
Yes, this I'm trying to call you from the show. We've had everybody else on. We're waiting for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can get him on back on. I'm gonna try to call him again.
Okay. Okay. We got a few people that said a few things too. Said good show and all that good stuff, and just shout out to everybody that tuned in and went live and made history with us. Happy birthday to Earl. That's right, Earl. Happy birthday, big bro. Shout out to Earl Kenner too. Much love. Appreciate everybody that's joining the show tonight. We are making history. Me and JK and y'all too. Appreciate y'all.
So can I tell us what's going on, man? What's happening at the gym? What's going out there? I mean,
Yeah.
you got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, yeah. Hey JK, man, I feel good, man. I haven't felt this good in I don't know how long. Maybe it's been 3 years. Cause I ain't
Oh,
fought in
okay,
what 3 years.
I'm trying to get you on the show. We're going on live with K9 right now. All right, K9, we have our next guest here in the queue, Mr. Sharad Collier. Like I said, he's 4-0. You're
Yeah.
you on live on the air on the Dog Pound live podcast. You are part of our very first prospect on our new YouTube channel. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. How you guys doing?
Yeah, we good. We good. Yeah, yeah, we good. Sharad, how you doing, man? What you a heavyweight? What?
Say it again?
I'm looking at your profile. No, you ain't no heavyweight. That's just something you got your little rest in
Uh,
peace.
he, he was he was asking about what weight class you were in.
Absolutely.
My last fight I fought at is 135. I've been moving around a little bit, from 140 to 135, but I'm trying to stay at
Okay.
135. I'm trying to stay at lightweight.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, hey, that's a nice little weight division right there. You talking about Tank Davidson? That's the hottest weight division in the world. Do you agree?
Yeah, that division is stacked, that's where I get a lot of my motivation from, I see a lot of the champions that's in 135, and, I tell myself, maybe one day I can be competing with those guys.
Okay. Okay. Hey, JK, you wanna finish up, or you want me to take the mic?
Well, what was your amateur record, Sharad?
My amateur record, I had 49 wins and I had 9 losses. I won the Golden Gloves twice. I won as novice. I won as open class, and I went to nationals. I've been to Puerto Rico, Tennessee, Omaha, Philadelphia.
Okay, all right. And what or when did you decide to turn pro? How long have you been a pro?
I've been pro for about 2 years now, but I decided to turn pro in 2000. I believe it was 18. Yeah, 18. That was the year I won the Golden Gloves open class. I went to nationals. And after nationals, I just told myself, I didn't make it to the finals, but I fought good. I competed good, and I just told myself, I just thought I was ready. I just felt like I was ready. I put the hard work in the gym, and it's just always been a dream for me to be a pro boxer. So I just said, I might as well take my shot while I'm young and just keep doing what I love.
So, how old are you, and do you come from a family of boxers?
No, I don't really come from a family of boxers, like not pro-wise or competing-wise, but, my daddy, I think he competed he'd been to the boxing gym before. But I'm 23 years old now, I'm 23 years old. I'll be 24 next year. I still feel like I got
a little time, but a lot of time, you know. So I'm just trying to keep fighting and get my name out there, and hopefully, you know, I can do something with this boxing.
So who's your team right now? Your trainer, and you know, do you have a strengthening coach? You know, who helps you with your training?
Yeah, you know, I'm getting trained right now by Tony Blanco. Tony Blanco, he's been training me since the amateurs. I also have he's not really you know, assigned strength and conditioning coach, but you know, he helps me out a lot in the gym. You know, he helps me out with strength and conditioning. He helps me out with my conditioning period. You know, he brings me to the gym. He brings me to other gyms to spar. My guy Jason Diaz. So that's pretty much my team right now. You know, due to Corona and you know problems in the gym, you know, I had a second coach, but you know they split ways. But you know, I'm not gonna speak on that too much. But right now, I'm getting trained by Tony Blanco and getting helped by Jason Diaz.
Well, Tony's down in Florida with Popeye, right? We just had Popeye on the show. He opened up the show for us. They kind of left you up here in the cold, huh?
Yeah, I mean, not really left me. You know, they've been trying to get me to come down here, but you know, this my life situation that I'm going through right now. You know, I just got to put certain things on pause. You know, but I'm still in love with this sport. I still want to fight. I still, you know, want to make things happen. But you know, I just got to take my time.
Now, your last fight was canceled by the coronavirus. Am I correct?
Yes.
So, do you have any anything in the in the mix? You know, are they starting?
Yeah, I'm fighting pretty soon. I'm fighting next month. I'm fighting close to the end of November, November 20th in Daytona, Florida. I'm fighting on the Mayweather card. I believe it's the Mayweather card or meet and greet where Mayweather's gonna be there. And I'm fighting a guy from Ohio. I'm not too sure. I haven't really seen his record or anything yet, but Tony just hit me up a couple years ago.
Oh, if he's from Ohio, man, you better get prepared. You know, hey, you know, I'm just saying, you know, not that I'm from Ohio or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, but you know, I got a lot of experience with Ohio. That's my first debut. I fought a guy from Ohio, and my last fight in October, I fought a guy from Ohio. So, you know, I don't know. I think they coming to me.
yeah, the boys down there in Ohio, you know. K9 is getting ready to get back in the ring on November 7th. K9, you got some advice for the young man? He's getting ready to go into his fifth fight. He's 5-0. He's going down there. You know, like all you guys are talking about Mayweather, man. So he's going down there to see Black Jesus. So you got any? You know, should he take some communion crackers with him or what?
Hey, you know what? Hey, just make sure you keep your mask on. Be safe, man. I think you fighting. Are you fighting on a guy named Lance King show?
I believe so. You know, like I said, Tony, he actually contacted me. He actually asked me probably like 2 or 3 days ago. So, you know, he just told me the guy's name, and he told me it was a card that a meet and greet for Mayweather. So I didn't really get all the details,
it.
but
you fighting on you
know, I believe
fighting on
so.
the Lane King show. Okay, well, that's good. Hey, but you need to do more homework on your opponent because you know you wanna you 4-0, right? 4-0, 5-0, or about to be 5-0. You don't want to go out there and be
4-0 with 1 draw, 3 knockouts.
you don't want to be blindsided. You know what I mean? I can remember when I was 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. I was blindsided when I was 21-0 and I fought against my first tough test. And you know, I won. I mean, I didn't win because I didn't know who I was about to fight. So you got to make sure you know exactly who you fighting. Or if you got a good manager, then he should know who to pick. You know what I mean? Because it's very important to stay undefeated as much as you can because as long as you keep that O, you will start getting more O's. And that's what you want.
Yeah, and you know, and that's all I really want to do too. You know, I want to just keep my hunger. You know, I want to keep my O, and I just want to keep putting on a great show for the fans. You know, I want to build my fan base, and I just want to keep doing what I love.
You been training hard?
Yes, I actually, you know, one thing, you know, I know I'm all right now, but you know, I got to be honest. one thing I hate doing is running. But actually, I signed up for a second gym. You know, I go to a Planet Fitness in the morning time, and then I go to the boxing gym in the daytime. You know, hit the bag, get my rounds in. But I've been going to Planet Fitness in the morning, get my miles in. You know, hitting a little bit of weight. So actually, I've been doing something new for this fight.
Hold on. Rewind that one more time. You said you hate running?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I hate running, but you know, I don't like it. You know, it's a hassle for me. I gotta, you know, for me to actually stay consistent with running every day, it takes a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it does.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate your honesty. Normally it's the heavyweights that hate running because they got so much weight that they have to come up and down on their knees. But you a little guy. You a little guy. You hate running. Wow. You ever play basketball? You know you had to run up and down the court all the day long.
Yeah. Listen, and honestly, I am. And honestly, I was gonna tell you, I don't know. A lot of people they always ask me, you know, they tell me if I played any other sports. The only other sport I really played was football, and you know, I never really did boxing. I wasn't doing football for too long either. Probably played like a season or two.
Yeah, because you got to run in football too. Boy, I got the knees to prove it. I played football. I played football. Man, I played football in the Army, but you know, I think I ran more for football than I did for track. Shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know what needs to be done. You know, I know I need to run. I know I need to get my miles, and I'm just, you know, I just have to be honest with you guys. Just let you guys know this type of run, this camp.
I love you. Hey, look, that's good you being real. Just don't tell nobody that same secret 5 years from now when you about to fight for a world title.
Yeah.
I want, you know, hopefully.
You know, Gervonta Davis is looking at that when you get about 27 and he's 35 and you come up there looking, he said, "Oh, you don't like to run." Oh, okay, all right.
Exactly. Get this swinging them bombs at you. You gonna be running in.
Yeah.
Especially if you ain't right.
I know what needs to be done, and you know, and that's why I like, you know, the team that I got now, because you know they stay on top of me. You know, they make sure they tell me the important things that I need to do for all my camps, for all my fights, and you know they just try to make sure I'm in the best shape, so you know I can perform great when I get inside the ring. So you know I never try to take no fight, you know, have 50%.
Yeah. Do you do anything to substitute for not running? I know a lot of fighters or heavyweights, they like to swim to sacrifice for not running so much. I think Klitschko used to do a lot of swimming, and Wilder used to do a lot of swimming. Some fighters don't like to run, but they sacrifice. Maybe they do the bicycle, or they ski or they swim. What do you do to sacrifice for not running as much? If it's anything that you do to sacrifice for not running as much.
Yeah.
What do you do to make up? You know, I mean, as far as stamina, what do you do as far as, you know, for your stamina?
Far as stamina wise, you know, I like to get a lot of rounds. You know, they tell me, you know, you shouldn't spar as often, but you know, when I do spar, I try to spar 12 rounds. You know, I always just because I seen, you know, fighters fight 12 rounds, and back in the day, you know, they was going 15 rounds. You know, every time I get inside the ring, I just try to push myself to do 12 rounds and 15 rounds, and you know, I try to mix it up with a lot of guys. And I think that's where a lot of sparring that I do kind of helps me out for the lack of running that I do. But like I said, I'm trying to get it all together. I'm trying to run every day. I'm trying to get good sparring. I'm trying to hit the gym every day. Both gyms couple up. And, you know, I'm just trying to build my name and see what I can do with this boxing thing.
Yeah, sparring do make up for not running a lot, you know, because at the end of the day, you ain't gonna be literally running when you actually in there fighting. So sparring is actually better than running. You could jump rope a whole lot. You could do water aerobics, or you can do knee press or leg press to make up for the not running so much. So yeah, sparring is really good. You doing that, then you all right. And you only going with 4 rounders right now, right?
You know, the most I fought 6 rounds. I fought 6 rounds my second fight. That was my I fought a kid He was 5-0 at the time, I believe, from Springfield, Mass.
Okay.
And that was my jaw that I had, but that was a 6-round fight.
Okay. Hey, I hope you become world champ, bro. So we can remember this history day. You can say, man, I remember we had someone on the show last Tuesday. Then we James. He was like, man, I remember when I first ever talked on any show. It was on this show. You remember that?
Yeah, that was my boy.
Yeah.
The cowboy Carl.
Hey,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And now he about to fight for a title eliminator, a world title eliminator.
I don't know him personally, but I know who he is. I've seen a couple of his fights.
Yeah. Well, at the time, Ronnie Shields was doing our Sunday show with us, and he had Ears Landy, Laura, and the Charlo twins, and all those guys. It was a few years back.
Yeah.
So who would you say? Yeah, I mean, I don't want you to have an idol or nothing, but who would you say that you most patterned yourself after, or who is the fighter that I guess you would call your favorite?
Honestly, like I tell a lot of people, actually my first fight I ever sat down and really watched was the Mayweather De La Hoya fight, and that was like a pay-per-view fight that my dad he bought, and I sat down and I watched the whole fight, and I think that's when I really found love for boxing, even though I seen other highlights on YouTube or Tyson, Muhammad Ali, other guys, but I would say Mayweather's my idol, but I do a lot of research. I like Brendan Whitaker. I like as for heavyweights, I like Mike Tyson. And who else I would say I like as a fighter? Who? Oh, heavyweight currently? I don't know. I was working with Deontay Wilder.
What about one of those two guys that are getting in the ring this week? Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz, any of those guys kind of fit your fancy?
Gervonta Davis, I like his style. He's aggressive. Honestly, I would say too. I kind of take tips from him, and I kind of take little things. I take a lot of things from a lot of fighters. I was listening to Canelo. I like Canelo too. At first, I wasn't really digging Canelo at first when they were trying to say he could beat Mayweather. But after that, after he lost to Mayweather, he showed me a lot. How he still became champion, and he's moving up in all these different weight classes. I like that. I see the skills in Canelo. I like Canelo, but Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz. I'm going for Davis. I'm going for Davis in this fight, because he's just aggressive. I don't think Leo Santa Cruz is going to be able to hurt him or keep him away from him.
What did you think about last week's fight between Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko?
Oh, that fight had me on edge for a minute because Teofimo started off good. He was, to me, honestly, he was winning some of the early rounds, but I think Lomachenko came alive. He came alive towards the second half of the fight. So I felt like the scorecard could have been a little closer and could have been a draw, but like I said, I'm not no judge. And I done seen crazier decisions in boxing. So, it's all about what the judges like, what the judges was looking for that night. But I feel like, like I said, I feel like Teofimo did what was supposed to be done in the first half, and then Lomachenko kind of did what he was supposed to do in the second half of the fight. But I feel like it was kind of too late.
Well, now you said you thought the fight might have been a draw, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel the first time you got a draw?
The first time I got a draw, I was...
Well, the only time you got a draw, but I mean,
my first draw was my only draw because, I had a couple of draws in amateurs, but they had to go over the scorecards again and declare a winner. But my first draw was actually my second fight. And that fight, it was a lot of tension and emotion with that fight because, like I said, that was my second fight. I was 1-0. I was fighting the kid that was 5-0 at the time, and I had experience with him because I fought his younger brother in the amateurs, and I fought his cousin in the amateurs, and I sparred him a few times. So it's like, I beat his cousin and his brother. So it's like when I fought him, I felt like, they was coming a little extra, they was coming a little harder. And, he's been pro longer than me. They felt like he had a little bit more experience and all this stuff. So I went into that fight, expecting a win, and I worked real hard. And I felt like, I did enough to win. But like I said, again, I'm not a judge. So, I took my draw like a man, and I just, went back to the gym and I'm still working.
But since then, you've made sure that it hasn't went to the scorecards, right?
Oh yeah, I got 4 wins and 3 KOs. So I'm trying to. I don't want to just go in there and try to take everybody's heads off. But if it happens, it happens.
I hear you. I hear you. So are you a slick puncher or a slick boxer?
I would say a slick puncher because I feel like I could be slick in there sometimes. I feel like my defense is okay, but I feel like I can punch too. I feel like if I land something good on anybody that's in front of me, I feel like I can hurt them.
Okay. Can you want to get young man some pointers here? You got a fighter. He's 4-0-1, getting ready to get back in the ring. And hey, I mean, how many times is he gonna get to talk to a 2-time world champion? Come on, man.
Exactly right. Early in his career.
It's an honor talking to you, man. And I do a little research for my bikes. I don't watch a lot of bikes like I used to when I first started, but I still remember your fight with Charlo. Okay. I still remember the fight when you won your world title. I forgot who you were fighting, but I still remember the time when you won your world title. But yeah, I know about K9, man. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You look, I don't want to brag, but I'm as real as it gets. That's right. You gotta be 100 with people. That's all. That's why people respect that. When you 100, you ain't gonna never see me flashing and talking about I'm this, I'm that. Because everybody ain't got it. Just think about all the people who ain't got it, and you got guys that want to flash their money. And we didn't used to do that. Did you used to do that, James? When you was up and coming, you used to tell everybody, "Hey, man, look, I got all this right here. Come take it." You know what I'm saying?
No, and if you flash it on me, we might see each other.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, right. I'm old school with a little new school. I try to keep it 100, but at the same time, I don't try to rub it in nobody's face.
Well, if you flash it on me, I'd be glad to meet you later, Mr. K9. It'd be all right. I don't have no problems putting your hands up against the wall. I don't care nothing about how much you box. You be all right.
There you go. See, and with social media, why would you tell somebody what you about to do and what you got, where you stay at, what I'm about to do? It's just too much information going on. You gotta be smart about it.
Yeah, how are you on social media, Sharad? How's your social media? You got a bunch of followers. You spend a lot of time on social media. I know a lot of fighters use that as a platform to promote themselves. And I know you're up in Connecticut there, so you don't get a whole lot of time out there in the streets to walk around talking about who you are. So do you use your social media platforms effectively enough?
Yeah, like I said, I haven't fought since last October, and due to this whole Corona and stuff, so I haven't really been doing no promoting lately. But I do got a lot of. I think I got a good enough fan base. I got a lot of people that support me. I got a lot of people that have love for me. So and like I said, I got a big family too. My family loves me too. So I use my social media, and I use everyone around me. My dad works in a big car company, so he promotes a lot to me too.
K9?
No, I was gonna say that's good. You ain't got a nickname, because that nickname will throw you out there too. People don't even know my real name. Most people don't even know my real name is Cornelius. They know who K9 is. Yeah. Well, you ain't got a nickname?
knew Cornelius K9 Budget, man. I know exactly what when Tony hit me. I'm like, yeah, I know who it is. I want to talk to the champ. But yeah, I got a nickname. They call me well, I call myself the special one. My trainer actually, my second trainer that actually split with Tony, he actually gave me the nickname. You know, he used to tell me a lot of times, you know, when I should come to the gym, he used to tell me, oh, you know, you got special talent. And you know, he kind of used to tell me that because he felt like, I don't know if he felt like I was taking, you know, my talent for granted, but, you know, like there'll be days I'll come to the gym and, you know, I'll spar or whatever, and then I'll miss a day or two out the gym. So when I come back, he said, you know, you got to come to the gym every day, man. He's like, man, you're special, man. You got special talent. And when I turned pro, I just, you know, they's like, man, you got to come with a nickname. So he's just like, man, the special one. And then, you know, I added on to it. You know, when I had my first press conference, you know, I got in front of the camera. I thought I was going to be shy. I thought I was going to be nervous. You know, I was a little bit, honestly. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit. But, you know, they asked me the same question. They asked me, oh, what do they call you? You know, I told them the special one. And I told them, man, the special one, man, it has a meaning to it. So, you know, everybody asked me, what's the meaning? So I'm telling them, man, the S is for the speed, the P is for the power, the E is for the enthusiasm, the C is for the charisma, the I is for the intelligence inside there, the A is for the athleticism, and then the L is just for looks, man. So, you know, it's Sharad, the special one, Collier.
Hey, listen, I like that. You don't find you don't woke me all the way up with that one, boy. Hey, because you know your nickname gotta sell who you are. You know, hey, I'm K9. You gonna hear me barking and biting when I'm in that ring. I'm gonna put them paws on you. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You definitely have to sell yourself. Mayweather did it, you know what I mean? All the best, the greatest that did it, you know. George Foreman, he was the big bad wolf. Then he came back, he was nice George, you know. Then guess what? He ended up with the George Foreman grill. So you know how that went. So yeah, you know, you gotta sell yourself, man, you know.
And you know, and I think that's another that's another plus that I got too. You know, like I said, you know, I don't think I really get too scared, you know, in front of the cameras or the mics. You know, like I said, as long as I keep working hard, I keep fighting. You know, I feel like I could promote myself. I feel like I could get a big fan base, and you know, I feel like I could do something big with boxing.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, well, you a humble young man. I could tell that right there. You know, you looking me up and you know, checking out my history and, you know, not putting no blaze on nothing. Hey, I really appreciate that, man. I thank you for, you know, knowing who I am. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young guys, oh, man, watch out. You know, go sit on the couch somewhere. It's all about them. You different. You special.
And like I said, man, it's an honor talking to you. You know, you got all the former champions and even all the former boxers. You know, you for the younger generation, you guys paved the way. So you know, it's only but respect. You know, to respect the guys that paved the way, and respect the guys that you know made the way for the up and coming guys. You know,
Absolutely.
so I'm just here to learn as much as I can, and you know, just try to soak up as much knowledge as I can. And, you know, just see how far I could go.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I think that reality show that I was on when reality shows first came out, that Contender, I think that brought millions of fans to boxing. A lot of people didn't even like boxing, but they liked the reality show. So that was a good idea for Sylvester Stallone and Shirley Leonard to come up with that reality show called The Contender. And I think that really brought a lot of fans to boxing. You know, they don't get talked about a lot, you know, because Super 6 came out and 24/7, all that kind of stuff came out. But I think The Contender, you know, it paved the way for a lot of, you know, reality shows and actually social media and all that.
Yeah, I still remember that show. The Contender.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad you do. But hey, how old was you when this show came out? You was like 3 years old or something? Because you 24, right?
No, actually, that Contender show, man. When that show came out, I was probably boxing around that time. Cause is that the same show that? No, you said that's Sylvester Stallone. What was that show that Roy Jones had?
Oh no,
Knockout, right?
No, that was.
I'm probably getting them mixed up. But that Contender show, I still do remember. I probably didn't watch it as young, but I watched. That's the one that
Oscar De La Hoya had one. He had one called the Next Great Champion or something, but it flopped. The Contender was the one I was on season 2. It was about 6 seasons, 6 or 7 seasons.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that over because I feel like I've seen it, but it's just not clicking in my head right now. But I'm pretty sure I have because, like I told you, man, all I did when I first got into the sport was watch boxing nonstop. I can recite videos on boxing word for word. Name of the videos, just training videos, a lot of past fighters. So and like I said, I feel like I'm getting my love back for the sport. I'm starting to watch boxing more. Like I said, I signed up for training fitness. I'm going to 2 gyms now instead of just going to the boxing gym. I'm actually trying to add some strength, some weight, and some more running into my training every day. So, and I'm trying to just work out 2 times a day and just see, like I said, man, just see how far I could go, see how my body transforms, and just see how I perform with the new training. And I'm just ready for the show November 20th.
Ooh. Yeah, well, hey, I wish you the best. James, you want anything else you want to say to him before, we let him go off and get his rest?
Well, hey, good talking to you, my man. I'm glad you were able to join us tonight on our initial podcast show. Thank you so much. And, hey, we look forward to having you back on the show.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Again, K9, nice talking to you. And, I just want to say shout out Hartford Boxing Center. Well, it's not even called Hartford Boxing Center, but, shout out Orlando Boxing Center. Shout out Tony, my trainer. Fast manager, but just shout out to everybody that supports me, shout out to everybody that loves me, and just keep supporting me. And Team Special One, man, we gonna do some big things in the future. Just keep supporting me, and I appreciate it. And I love everybody.
Hey, what about any of the social media? We got one of your social medias is on here right now that the people can see on this YouTube live. Do you got any other social media that you want to give out?
What social media? I got. You guys got my Instagram?
Yeah, yep. Your Instagram on here, yep.
On Instagram, at Instagram, you follow me at Sharad God, SharadThegod, and then on my Facebook name is Roddy Ridge.
Yeah.
Again, my name on Facebook is Roddy Ridge. On Instagram, Sharad God. Follow me. Appreciate everybody. Keep supporting me. Love y'all.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. My dog.
All right, my man. You have a good one. Well, K9, you know what time it is now, right?
Yeah. K9's Corner.
Yes, sir.
So what we have at K9's Corner. Yeah, what we have at K9's Corner is I feel like it's great to make history. We making history. History was made when Barack Obama became the first black president, right? History was made when Rosa Parks, we didn't get off the bus when she didn't getting off her seat. History was made when George Foreman knocked out Michael Moore. History was made when Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson. And history was made when I won my 2nd world title and becoming the oldest world champion in boxing history, right? History was made when we went live on YouTube. Tonight, yes, me and JK, we made history tonight. That's right. So at K9's Corner, I feel like, make history. It's all about making history. Don't settle for less. When you get to the top, raise the roof and go farther and make history, because that's what it's about, making history, right? And unfortunately, we made history. We had to wear a mask longer than one day, or wearing a mask when you shouldn't wear a mask. We got to wear a mask all the time. So that's some bad history. But the good history, stick with that.
K9, do you realize they've been wearing masks in Japan since the 1950s, since they dropped the atomic bomb?
Wow. Hey, well, Michael Jackson been wearing a mask for about 20 years too. So yeah, you're right. Wow. You got more history than me. You've been around since what's her name?
Right.
Harriet Tubman days. So You
I've been
you
around since rice. I remember when it was brown.
well, it still is. The kind of rice I eat is brown. I don't go to China one. Nah, did it again? Yes, I do. Let me quit lying.
I like that good Vietnamese rice. You
Yeah,
know, just something about it. I think it
yeah,
might be in my blood. I don't know.
man. Hey, hey, Bruce Lee ate rice, boy. Bruce Lee can kick your butt, boy. Hey, listen, right? It's something about that rice, boy, for real. And when you go get married, you got the little girl throwing the rice everywhere.
Hey, the way things is now, they better be keeping that rice. They might need it next month.
That's real talk.
Shit.
That's real talk. You're right. Absolutely. You was right. Hey, I might need. I'm gonna have to have a wifey make me some rice, man. Speaking of rice, boy, it tastes so good with some cheese and butter. Oh man, some sugar. Woo-wee.
See, yeah,
Absolutely.
now you making me see. I don't feel so old now. See,
Yeah.
hey, rice, butter, some homemade biscuits and some honey. I'm good.
Oh man. Hey, listen, that thick cheese. You don't know about that thick welfare cheese, do you?
See,
Oh my
I knew
goodness.
about government cheese. I knew about government cheese before you was born. Please.
Oh, hey, it was the best cheese though. It was so thick. Hey, listen. Hey, it was like these fake bank rolls these young guys be having with the 100 on top and a bunch of ones in the middle. Thick. Absolutely.
That's we used to call that the girls' bankroll.
Yeah.
You flash that on the girl. You flash that on the girl. She go out with you. She don't notice all ones. You got to go to McDonald's, nigga. It's like,
Absolutely.
but,
Absolutely.
you know,
Right.
hey, but real talk though, man.
Hey,
You
so
know,
look. Yeah, we had can you see what you see can you see what Ruther put on here? He put JK come on up to OC and we could get some rice.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hey, man.
Yeah.
I, I I ain't too proud. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got, I got some right. I got some right now. I got some pinto beans in there cooking, and I'm gonna make some rice, and
Okay.
that'll probably, and I got some ground beef, that I'm cooking because I can't eat a steak no more, so I got to ground the cow up now. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm gonna make me a couple of little shepherd's pies and whatnot, and
Yeah.
some beans and some cornbread, so I'm good.
Hey, do you still eat pork?
Say what?
Do you still eat pork?
I think, I'll eat pork if there's nothing else to eat,
Okay.
But
Okay.
if I got to pay for it, no, you know,
Okay. Okay.
not
Exactly.
now. If you taking me out to dinner, see, I'm gonna buy a steak,
Yeah.
But if I take myself out to dinner, I might just have to get a bacon burger. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the
Yeah.
way it is, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Or that's
So
just
by
huh?
so by the way, man, I forgot to ask you, how's the basement? The last time we talked to you, the basement, you had a flood in the basement or something?
Oh yeah, yeah. We haven't did no remodeling yet. I'm gonna wait till after the fight and then try to get it together. What I'm saying, it flooded down there. I mean, I done cleaned it out. I done cleaned it out, so we done did that part so far. But to redo it yet, we ain't redid it yet. But it's okay. Hey, thank God that it flooded though, because we got Noah, man. And it had to flood because Noah came here. So I was upset though, with the flooding that carpet, man. I had some real expensive carpet that I had laid out through the whole basement and had to pull all that carpet up and throw it away. I was trying my best to save it, but when it's gone, it's gone. When it's over,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
over.
Yeah, ain't that many hair dryers in the world, K9. I see you out there, trying.
I wish it was though. Hey, I had the kind of carpet that was in the White House, man. I had some good carpet. I'm telling you, boy. I spent some stacks. We talking about the current champ. You know what I mean? We talk about bling bling champ. Hey, the bling bling. Yeah. Right, right. But hey, great show, man. And listen, I love making history. Like I said, I love making history. Man. I'm gonna shout out my social media. They can actually, find me. When I ain't chilling on a dog pound on Tuesdays, I'm on Instagram at K9 Boxing. My Facebook is K9 Boxing. My Twitter is K9 Boxing, and the YouTube channel what we own now is K9 Boxing. So they can find me at K9 Boxing. You know what I mean? Or if they in Detroit, or if they in Michigan, I'm at the gym. I'm always at the gym training somebody at Gold's Gym in Warren and Hoover. I'm at Title Boxing in Bloomfield. And I'm at the crib, and at K9 Boxing. Where can they find you at, James? When you ain't on a dog pound on Tuesday, when you ain't trying to eat some pork or some pinto beans, or jumping out a parachute, or jumping out the airplane.
Hey man, look
Where
here.
you at?
But pinto, them pinto beans and them turkey necks ain't bad, man. So like you got to think about what's going on.
Yeah.
But hey man, we getting ready to get up out of here.
Yeah.
They can actually find me at J.E. King on Facebook, or they can look up as you put up on the thing, West Coast Steelers fan. And hey man, look out for us next week.
Absolutely.
And I'll put up something a little more appropriate. It might be my anywhere from the 101st Airborne. If I get really desperate and don't have nothing else, I'll put an American flag up there. But maybe I'll put a Black Lives Matter. Who knows? I might as well make everybody mad at me. What the hell? So y'all have a good night, and I'll see you next week.
I appreciate you. Yeah, JK, we made history, baby. That's right.